Every Esoteric Religion Explained. Gnosticism. Gnosticism is an ancient religious movement emphasizing secret knowledge, gnosis, for spiritual enlightenment and salvation, often involving dualistic views of the material and spiritual worlds. Gnosticism emerged in the early centuries of the Common Era. It emphasizes gnosis, or secret knowledge, as the path to salvation. Gnostics believe that the material world is flawed or evil, created by a lesser deity called the demiurge. They seek spiritual awakening and knowledge of the divine spark within each person to transcend the material realm and return to the ultimate source of goodness. Hermeticism. Hermeticism is based on writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus. Hermeticism combines elements of Greek, Egyptian, and Christian thought. It teaches the unity of all things, the macrocosm and microcosm, the immortality of the soul, and the pursuit of spiritual knowledge through alchemy, astrology, and theurgy. The Hermetic texts, like the Corpus Hermeticum, form the foundation of this tradition. Cabala. Cabala is a mystical and esoteric interpretation of Jewish teachings. It seeks to understand the nature of God, the creation of the universe, and the inner workings of the human soul through texts like the Zohar and the Sefer Yetzirah. Central concepts include the Sephirot, 10 attributes or emanations of God, and the Ein Sof, the infinite and unknowable God. Sufism. Sufism is the mystical branch of Islam, focusing on the inner, spiritual journey toward union with the divine. Sufis practice meditation, chanting, and other spiritual exercises to purify the heart and attain closeness to God. Sufi orders like the Mevlevi, whirling dervishes, and the Qadiriyah follow specific teachings and lineages. Theosophy. Founded by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. In the late 19th century, Theosophy blends elements of Eastern religions, Western esotericism, and occultism. It emphasizes the pursuit of spiritual knowledge, the unity of all life, and the exploration of hidden truths. Theosophy's foundational texts include The Secret Doctrine and Isis Unveiled. Rosicrucianism. Rosicrucianism is a mystical and esoteric movement that emerged in the early 17th century, centered on the teachings of the legendary figure Christian Rosenkreutz. It emphasizes spiritual enlightenment, alchemy, and the pursuit of hidden wisdom. Rosicrucian manifestos like the Fama Fraternitatis and the Confessio Fraternitatis outline its principles. Anthroposophy. Founded by Rudolf Steiner, Anthroposophy extends Theosophy's teachings and emphasizes human development, education through Waldorf schools, and biodynamic agriculture. Steiner's works, such as Knowledge of the Higher Worlds and The Philosophy of Freedom, form the core of anthroposophical thought, focusing on spiritual science and the evolution of consciousness. Mystery religions of antiquity. These were various secretive religious groups in ancient Greece, Rome, and Egypt, such as the Eleusinian Mysteries, the Mysteries of Isis, and the Mithric Mysteries. They involved initiation rites, esoteric teachings, and rituals aimed at achieving spiritual transformation and enlightenment. Occultism. Occultism encompasses various traditions and practices like alchemy, astrology, divination, and magic. It involves the study of hidden or secret knowledge to understand and manipulate the forces of nature. Notable occult texts include the Emerald Tablet, the Picatrix, and the Key of Solomon. Freemasonry. Freemasonry is a fraternal organization with roots in the late medieval stonemason guilds. It involves rituals, symbolism, and teachings related to moral and spiritual development. Freemasons follow a system of degrees, each with its own lessons and ceremonies, and use symbols like the square and compass to convey esoteric meanings. Martinism. Founded by Martinez de Pasquale and further developed by Louis-Claude de Saint-Martin, Martinism is a mystical and esoteric Christian tradition. It focuses on the inner spiritual journey and the quest for divine knowledge. Martinist teachings emphasize the reintegration of the soul with the divine through contemplation and the study of esoteric Christian texts. Eckankar. Founded by Paul Twitchell. In 1965, Eckankar emphasizes soul travel, spiritual exercises, and personal experiences of the divine. Practitioners, known as Eckists, believe in direct communication with the ECK, Divine Spirit, and engage in practices like singing the HU, a sacred sound, to facilitate spiritual growth and enlightenment. Thelema, developed by Aleister Crowley. Thelema is a spiritual philosophy centered around the principles outlined in the Book of the Law, Liber Eil vel Legis. The core tenet is, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Thelema emphasizes personal will, self-discovery, and the pursuit of one's true path or true will. Esoteric Christianity. Various Christian mystic and esoteric traditions focus on inner spiritual experiences. Examples include the teachings of the Rosicrucians, the Christian Cabala, and the writings of mystics like Meister Eckhart and Jacob Boehme. These traditions explore the deeper, hidden meanings of Christian doctrines and the pursuit of direct personal encounters with the divine. Indigenous religions. Indigenous and tribal religions often incorporate esoteric practices and teachings specific to their cultural contexts. These practices may involve shamanism, spirit communication, sacred rituals, and the transmission of hidden knowledge through oral traditions. Examples include the shamanic practices of Native American tribes, the dreamtime stories of Australian Aboriginals, and the spiritual rituals of African traditional religions. These esoteric religions and spiritual traditions emphasize personal spiritual experiences, hidden knowledge, and initiation into deeper levels of understanding, offering unique paths to spiritual growth and enlightenment. They typically involve secret or hidden knowledge accessible only to initiates or those with specialized understanding. Esoteric knowledge is specialized and available only to a narrow circle of enlightened or initiated individuals. In fact, the word esoteric comes from the Greek language, and it means belonging to an inner circle. As you explore any of the above, try to keep an open mind and see how esoteric religion lines up with your worldview. All the best on your journey.